Today I have a quick and practical guide on how to create a blog post in WordPress and plus some bonus SEO tips, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Emma from Amagraphy, a website designer for small business. I like creating quick tip videos for small businesses to help them navigate the web. If you would like more of these, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Today I'm working with Katrina from Creative Community Space. Creative Community Space is a sustainable textile learning hub where they offer sewing classes, after school and holiday programs, and operate a resource recovery centre. It's all about combating textile waste. If you'd like to learn more about this, be sure to head over to Katrina's website, creativecommunityspace.com.au, and reach out to her. All right, getting back to our blog post, please bear in mind that this is a quick tip video. It's not a step-by-step guide. If you like a step-by-step guide, be sure to leave a comment and I will create a much more informed video. Alright, so here we are. My first tip for today is to do your keyword research and create an awesome blog title. Think about your audience, think about why you're creating this blog post in the first place, think about what they would be putting into Google to find your blog post if they were searching for you, and then look up some tools like Google them itself. YouTube's a great place, Pinterest, Answer the Public, that's another place. Come up with a great title, about 60 characters, 60 to 75 characters long. This blog title is a little bit longer, but that's okay. And then what you want to do is you want to head into Canva and you want to create a featured blog post image template that you can use for all your blog posts for in the future to come. And all you're going to do is swap out the aesthetics. Like if you create a different blog post to the bunny ears, you change the background image, you change this image here, and change the title, but it will all look cohesive and all the same on your website, and it will save you a ton of time. So just come in here, create a template for it. The size I've chosen is 700 pixels wide by 395 pixels high. You also want to give it, once you find your great title for your blog post, you want to title your image with the same title, and you also want to add hyphens in between each word to make it Google friendly. Do it now, then you save a whole heap of headache later on. So just title it correctly, add a little bit of SEO juice, and you're good to go. And then while you're at it, also create a call to action blog footer image as well that you can use on the bottom of all your footers. You don't have to use the same call to action for every single blog post, but it's a good idea to have a template so that you can come in and create it and save a bit of time. Now, just for time's sake, I have used a similar design to this blog featured image. You don't have to. You can come up with a correct and create a completely different design for your footer, but it's along the same principles, but you want it to be a call to action. So once your audience reads your blog post, what would you like them to do? Okay, so create a call to action footer image for your blog post to add at the bottom. Then once you do that, save it out. Now I did a bit of a test, and unfortunately I prefer to use JPEG for an image like this where I don't need a transparent black background, but when I tested it on the blog, Canva made it a bit pixelated. So the best, just for this size image, save it out as a PNG but compress it. And compress it so it's a smaller file size. Your website will thank you later. So yeah, do that. Then head over to your WordPress dashboard and go to post and click on add new. And then you want to put in your title of your blog post. You can just find the cursor to copy this. Add in the title, remove all the hyphens, you only need this for images. That's the format that Google likes for images, but you do not need it for your blog post title. Okay, add your title. You want to then come over here and think again with your categories. It's a chance to get some SEO juice. So do some research. You only want to come up with about 8 to 10 that you're going to use over and over again for all your blog posts. So it's a broad term so that you can use. And don't ever change it. Just stick to those 8 categories, 8 to 10, and just keep creating blog posts for each of them and try and keep it fairly even per category as to the number of blog posts. But do some research as to what people might be searching just so you can pick up some of that juice. You don't want to lead, you want to always give it a category, your blog post, because WordPress will use a default which is uncategorized and doesn't look very nice on the front end. So always give it a category, tick it. Then you want to set your featured image which you downloaded in Canva, so just drag and drop it into your media library on your WordPress website or upload it. And then while you're at it, to save time and do all the groundwork, do your alt text. Okay, alt text is to help the visually impaired. And just to describe the image a little bit, you can add in your title here as well to just to describe it. In fact, add in your title for the SEO juice, but also in a natural way, and describe the image. Not too long, just very simple. Don't need a caption. Then set the featured image. And you just want to use a default editor. You don't need a fancy website. Sorry, not a website. You don't need a fancy blog. You got to think about the purpose of the blog, which is to inform your audience and to get some SEO juice. So you don't need anything fancy. So just use the default editor on WordPress. So click on use default editor. Now, because this is a quick tip video, I am going to head over to back into the blog post because I've already put it together for you. I'm just going to trash this one so there's no confusion. Alright, so here's the blog that I created earlier. Click on edit. And then I'm going to give you some quick tips on how to use WordPress here. So we've got our heading 1, which is it comes in once you put in the title. This is a heading 2. To add a heading 2, just hit enter. You'll get this plus, which is add a block, so add a heading, or you can type search for the heading if it's not listed here, or click on browse all to give you all the options. Header, put in header 2. This is where you can select any headings that you want. It's also a good idea to type your blog post up in another tool like Google Docs, Word, or even Canva itself. Type it up there first, and then just all you have to do is copy and paste when you get to WordPress because it's a little bit clunky. It's much easier just to copy and paste rather than type in here as you go. So just copy and paste your header. Your heading 2, which is this one up here. Okay, and bear in mind, I'm just gonna, and if you want to, before I go ahead with that comment, I'll just delete it because I don't need it. Bear in mind that this is your what we call a focus keyword for this page. So you want to use it in various forms, not too much. You don't want to kill the SEO juice, but just use it in various ways in a nice natural way throughout your blog post, mainly for your heading 1, your heading 2, your image title, which we did in Canva already, and your alt text, and then it'll be in your meta description, which I'll explain in a minute, and your focus keyword. But you can just use a few words in the heading as a synonym of your focus keyword, just to create a bit more juice and to make it more user-friendly when your audience is searching for it. Okay, so once you've done your heading 2, I, on the front end, noticed that this heading here was really close to this, so I wanted a little bit more space, so I added a spacer, and again, it's just simply hitting the enter, click on the block, and typing in spacer, or click on spacer, and then I just delete that. you can change the size of it, make it bigger or shorter just by clicking on this dot and dragging it. Okay, again here you want about 100 words or less, just describing a little bit about the blog, a bit of an intro, and I'll explain why towards the end of the video why you want to do that. So just add a description and also use your keyword here because it's in the first 100 words. Alright, now Katrina, this designed this blog to be very instructional because she wants people to be able to create these bunny headbands. So I've just come in here and created columns so that we could add in an image to create some interest. This is the materials that you need for the headband. This is a heading 3, and to create a column, so the way you put this together is completely up to you. This is just how I did it for Katrina. So again, click on the blog and add columns, and then you've got all these options here, and I use this one here. Okay, so just make your way down the page, adding images if you want, or columns or not, just having one row across, which I've done here. Okay, so make your way down the blog, adding the features that you need using the plus symbol. Sometimes it's easier just to hit there. By the way, list bullet in WordPress, bullet points are called lists, just so you know. Okay, so just make your way down, and then you will get to your footer. Okay, so you want to add an image block. I've also added a spacer here. Just before I go on, you can make these images bigger or smaller, and you can align them. Yeah. So you want to add your footer. So I just added an image block, and then you can align it. I made this wide width, so that it fits there. And then very important, you want to add a link. Okay, so add in your link, but this is really, really important. Do not forget to apply it, or it won't link on the front end. And then click update. Now, most WordPress websites have what's called an SEO tool or SEO plugin. It doesn't matter which one you use, they're all pretty good. I tend to favor Rank Math. I've been using it for a number of years now, and I really like it. But the Yoast is very, very good, and I think it's all SEO, all-in-one SEO is another one. But it doesn't matter, they all do the same thing. But you want to come in here. So if you're using Rank Math, you click on this. You want to set your focus keyword, which is your title. Okay, so add in your focus keyword. You then want to click on edit snippet. You only want title in here because that's long enough. As you can see, this is a little bit longer than 75 characters, but it's okay because it is a good blog post title, I think. And then you want to jump into ChatGPT, ask it to give you 150 to 160 character Google meta description, including spaces with those characters. It's a sales pitch, so don't be scared to add in this. This is your chance to do a sales pitch, and give it the focus. Ask it to include the focus keyword, which is in this case is our title. And then I just copy and paste it in there. So the meta description is when you search on Google and you search up and it lists all the websites and the title is clickable, but underneath there's a little description, and that generally helps people click through to your website. So that's why we wanted to be a bit salesy, to help people click through to read it. So don't be scared to add that in, and definitely add in a meta description, but don't be scared to make it salesy, and add in a meta description to help people click through to your blog. Google won't always use it, but this is your chance for you to add what you would like to be displayed. So once that's done, update it, and then you can head over to your blog, which is here, and look, if there was more blog posts and it all had this template, it would all look very nice and very cohesive, and it'll all be roughly the same size, which would just look really nice and user friendly. And then this is the reason why you want to select a category at the start, because here it would say uncategorized, which doesn't look very nice. And then this is why you want that 100-word description for the start, because when I didn't do it, because this is an instructional blog post, what came up with all of this information, which just didn't look very clickable or user-friendly from the front end. So add in your 100-word description or less, because it may be less because it is truncated. So add it could be less, a lot less. So just add in this paragraph to make it more clickable and user-friendly, and it'll look good. So that is a quick and practical guide on how to create a blog post in WordPress with some SEO bonus tips. If you would like more videos, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you've got any ideas that you'd like me to do a video on, be sure to comment. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next Quick Fix video. Bye for now.